Hi everyone, hi classmates and teacher. My name is Dulce Mendez and I'm going to talk about the Wicca religion. First, we need to know what is Wicca. The Wicca is a neo-pagan religion and practice witchcraft and natural worship. So as you can see in the imagine, it is the pentacle. This is a fundamental and important symbol of Wicca, an international symbol of Wicca. And inside that circle is a pentagram. Now we are going to talk about the characteristics. First, we saw a Gerald Brousseau Gardner, which was a um, retired British civil servant. And Gerald spent most of his career studying ancient everything about the magical rituals. Now we have the book, the Weekend Read, which is basically a poem divided in two parts, as you can see in the imagine. And inside this poem, explain everything about the Wicca, the belief, the gods, and everything you want to know about the Wicca. It's inside this Weekend Read. And now another point or another important characteristic is the Wiccans don't have any temples or any church. They use the bonfires. So in the bonfires, they use it to make the rituals more important. Okay, so now we have the deities. First, we have the hornet god, which is the male deity. This hornet god represents the sun, the shining sun. Around the god, we can see the faces of the moon, and the horn is because this god is connected with the animals, which means they have a good relationship with animals, and that is represented in the hornet. And normally, it's confusing because the people think that this hornet god is Satan, but obviously it's not. It's completely different. And now in the other images, as you can see, we have the goddess or the triple goddess, which is the female deity. And these three ladies um, represent the maiden, the mother, and the elder. And these symbolize the crescent, the full, and the waning moon. So these two deities are so important. So now we have this map, and in this map, as you can see, it's all the countries which the Wiccan practices. At the first place, we have United Kingdom, which is the country where the Wicca is most practiced. And now at the second place, we have USA, United States of America. And then we have Puerto Rico, Portugal, and Spain. And that's the other countries when practice the Wicca is important. So now we are going to talk about the culture, about the social life and the education. So the social life for the Wiccans are not social because the Wiccans regular use the websites and everything which include all the social media to interact with Wiccans all around the world. As you can see at the first image, I put the photo or the image about a website here in Mexico when all the Mexicans Wiccans, as we can say it like that, practice everything about the Wicca, and they can talk and interact about the characteristics of Wicca and everything. And now, the other imagine, we have the shadow book. So when I was searching about information about the Wicca, I really don't found everything about the education and for the Wicca, but I found information about how is the education inside the religion of Wicca. And for the Wiccans, it's so important learn everything to understand everything about the Wicca. It's important for them. So now we have the marriage and the wedding ceremony. As you can see, the first images I put a Wicca wedding with hand fasting. But what is hand fasting? Hand fasting is a tradition what is exclusively found in wedding ceremonies for Wiccans. So this symbolizes the union, and the couple's hands are found in tied with a ribbon or tied uh, with a colors ribbon. So this means the union between the couples. And now at the other images, we have all the elements, all the utensils and tools for a weekend wedding, and everything what the weekends need to complete the marriage. Now we have the 80 habits. Okay, so this is important and this is a fundamental part about the Wiccan religion because most of the Wiccans are vegetarians. And as many Wiccans are committed to environment and animals, and that is reflected when the relationship between the animals and the Wiccans. So this shows the vegetarianism, and this option is of course strictly optional and your own. So you can decide if you becoming a vegetarian person or not. It's your decision. Now about the dress code. The Wiccans don't have a specific dress code, but just in specific rituals, they use a tunic with laces tied at the waist. As we can see in the images, this lady is a Wiccan. It's Wiccan. So she looks the special dress code in a special ritual. And now about the tourism, we have these. We have this wheel of the year. So this wheel of the year is a calendar used to mark and celebrate everything about the season. So as you can see, um, this is a Wicca calendar, basically, and it consists in 8 festivals, and four for these celebrations is in the solstices and equinoxes. And these celebrations called Sabbath. And well, the places where the Wiccans practice the tourism is in the oldest areas in Europe because in this travel, the principal idea is to connect with the nature and all the environment and their surroundings. So that's why the weekends prefer Europe, the oldest areas of Europe. And they also prefer visit archaeological sites to make the rituals and meditation correctly. So this is basically everything about the Wicca. I hope that you like this presentation and thank you for watching.
I'm going to present what is Voodoo. Voodoo is seen as a worldview, as a philosophy, justice, medicine, or a religion. For many people, voodoo is these little dolls who you can pin in and hurt your enemies or call the resurrection of them as a zombie. But voodoo is more than that as a religion. The origin is unknown, but many people believe it started in Africa because of the meaning of the word itself. Voodoo means spirit in the land language, but it can also be found in Caribbean countries like Haiti. It started with the slaves, who were the ones who started doing it to others, or if they were in a higher hierarchy, they do it to other slaves. The voodoo is very different in Haiti and in Tian voodoo also incorporates clothing and decorations to show respect and involve the loa. The loa is a spirit on a higher hierarchy that is important in this religion. It also has voodoo was created as a way to serve the spirits or health purposes. There is no centralized hierarchy, and there is no book, no church, no official one spokesperson, and no leader. In the rituals, it's more like an advice, a warning, or a prophecy to others. It's made with dances and prayers. Voodoo is more a oral religion and it has no sacred texts or books. And during the ritual, it seems to be some sacrifice. As in Africa, possession is important and also is in Haiti. The possessed person is called horse because it's ridden by the position of the loa. The possessed person may move unnaturally or speak in unknown languages or direct and clear statements to other followers. Sacrifice is also important. In ceremonies, it can involve sacrificing goats, chickens, or other animals. In many cases, it has the combination of position, sacrificing, or dancing. Nowadays is more to tours, shops, exits, or museums. Sacred objects and rituals out of their original context for commercial exploitation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, college. Um, I am Elisa Serrano, and I will talk about it, the atheism. Atheism is the absence of beliefs in the existence of deity. Exactly speaking, is the rejection, rejection of the beliefs that any deity exists. In an even narrow definition, atheism is specifically the positions that deities do not exist. The arguments in favor of atheism range from philosophical aspects to social and historical perspectives. Reasons for not believing in deities included arguments of absence of empirical advice, the argument from inconsistent disclosures, and finally the problem of evil. Epistemological atheism holds that people can know God or determine his existence. It is based on agnostical, which takes a variety of forms. In the philosophy of in man's divinity, it's a empty, uh, inseparable from the world, including one's own mind of each individual consequence is contained in the subject. There are two types of the uh, um, atheism, which is positive atheism, is the concept that goods do not exist. Negative atheism includes all other forms of non-theism, or it can also be classified in practical atheism, theoretical atheism, Well, practical atheism is considered as a way of acting in which practical or pragmatical atheism believes as if there were no goods. Is possible explaining natural phenomena without the need for vivid reference. Theoretical atheism explicitly raises arguments against the existence of goods and refutes common theistic arguments. Well, in this slide you can see atheism's population in the world. Well, in 2010, survey published in the Encyclopedia Britannica discovered that the Irregulars with 90.6% of the world and adhesive population 2.0% with a large Asian majority, primarily um, 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 on this slide, we can observe that the statistics of the atheism in the world. Atheists are concentrated primarily in Eastern Asia, specifically China and Japan. Western Europe, on the other hand, the countries with the most religions are Ghana and Nigeria. According to the statistics registered in 2007, well, John Paul started identifying himself as a atheist existentialist. He used to say that it is necessary for man to find himself and be convinced that nothing can save him from himself, even if it is a valid proof of the existence of God. Finally, I want to say that for for this truth, the physical universe and its perspectives, it's all that exists. So the ideal of its spirit or a material force does not fight. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that everyone enjoyed it. Thank you and bye guys.